Well, as you're seeing this video, it's been officially 1 year since I decided to revive my channel, because I made it back in 2012 and then I've been uploading and taking breaks, I suppose. But 1 year ago was when I decided for the first time to sit down and actually do something on YouTube, or at least attempt to. If you're gonna tell, this is going to be more of a personal video and different from the content I've been, well, it's not really that different. It's just a review of how this year has gone. Now, I know there's been many other YouTubers who have started YouTube channels that have, I guess the algorithm just caught them better, or maybe they just know how to, I guess, exploit the system. That sounds bad. I don't mean exploit in a bad way. I just mean they know how to make good thumbnails that get clicks, or they know how to make good titles that clicks, or maybe they actually sit down and buy promotion. I have no idea. I don't see ads, and that's usually where they show promoted videos, is in the ad breaks of other YouTube videos. But I don't see those because I have ad block and premium. So that's just me. I haven't had the most explosive growth out of any new YouTube channel. And maybe that's just because I've been talking about niche content. I just want to talk about anything RPG, like tabletops and video games. And it's kind of hard to find an audience that wants to see both of those, especially with me not being able to put a video out of the same type each week. But I think people prefer more longer videos that have higher qualities than shorter videos that are really simple. But I try to make each video different. Like for reading the RPG horror stories, I try to do something a bit different. I don't always get to do something a bit different, but it is there. I do want to do more stuff, but RPG horror stories are like the best things and they give me the most views, but at the same time it's not what I want to do with the channel. It's just RPG horror stories are just more consistent on what I do, like the God plays and stuff. Some of the episodes do well, but a lot of them are really just extremely hit or miss, and that's probably because the video game market on YouTube is kind of, I had the word in my head. There's just a huge, there's just so many people doing video games. Whether it's an on and off YouTuber doing recent games, or it's a streamer playing newer games, and I'm just like, hey, here's this really old game, and I'm gonna try to play it on hard mode and try to be entertaining. But I guess that's not really for me. I'm gonna keep trying to do God plays. Like, I guess I'll keep doing SNT3, but it's kind of getting into this repetitive loop. That's kind of why I wanted to switch over to fast plays, where I record a bunch, but I'm not talking. I'm not doing a let's play. I'm just gonna put the footage up and then talk about it, do a voiceover of what I'm doing in the game. And I think that would be a bit more entertaining to people instead of doing an episode by episode basis. But honestly, I have no idea. I don't really want to do like new games I have in my library on a Let's Play. I know I probably have that Baldur's Gate 3 episode where I'm like, hey, I can play Chrono Trigger for the first time and record it, and you guys can see my reaction. But I don't know. Once you start recording every single video game for the channel, it starts to be, I guess, I find people not enjoying it as much. I guess that's where I don't want to. I don't want to do it like it's a job, but like I have to sit here and put out these episodes. That's kind of why I like doing the video games reviews more. Like the Final Fantasy series I'm doing on the channel at the moment. I really enjoy doing that because I can beat the Final Fantasies at my own time. I don't have to like sit here and grind out a week to put out the video for next week. I can just sit here and play like an hour or less. It just depends on the day, but I can do that every single day, make a little bit of progress instead of having to sit down and record every single thing that happens. And that's why I just like the video game reviews more. But I'm kind of bad at beating games because I either like want to do everything, or I just have a slew of really long games, and really long games mixed with wanting to do everything kind of makes for a really long experience. But yeah, I'm still going to try to do GOB plays. I just don't, like, I'm doing like Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode, and I suck at it. The next or last Baldur's Gate 3 video, it's just, I had fun with it, it's just not for me. I just want to play normal games. If I do a God plays. It's gonna be over a game that I've probably already beaten. Like, I don't know. I'd rather do like a Dragon Age playthrough or something, but again, I just don't think there's a market on YouTube for that, in my honest opinion. Until I build a bigger audience, and then I can just start playing whatever I want. I don't know. Just Let's Play channels just aren't that big, so doing a small Let's Play portion on my channel feels like it's not going to be that big. I think the thing is, if video game reviews, I have a new series, or not a new series, but I have a series that I want to do, but I'm kind of waiting to get through all this Final Fantasy stuff, and that's where my drawback is, which is why I do the RPG horror stories, because I'm like, okay, I did the first couple on my channel were RPG horror stories, and now it's kind of like, it's kind of my thing. I don't want to be a narrator because I want to make my own stuff. That's why I do like Gob rants and the video game reviews, and then the miscellaneous video here and there. I like doing those to break the monotony of doing RPG horror stories every single week. That's kind of why I wanted to do God Plays, to put something in there to break it every single week. You know what would be fun? I think it would be fun to play Subnautica, because I have a fear of the oceans, but I just don't know how that would turn out. It's like, I think for Let's Plays, it's like the first video does really well, and then everything else is just your returning subscribers there to see the personalities. Like, I know that because I see it happen on Oni Plays. Oni Plays, the first video in the series, always do really good, and then anything after, it usually doesn't do as hot. But they have that dedicated fan base to be able to keep playing those games in a series. For mine, I think since I'm still technically in the beginning, I have to, I kind of have to, claw my way, I suppose, with all the AI-generated YouTube channels, or not YouTube channels, but YouTube channels that rely heavily on AI generation, and then the content farms. There's just so much out there to compete with, so try to do your own thing, which I draw everything on the channel. It might not be good, but I do it all by hand, and I kind of want to go through and redesign some backgrounds and add more poses and stuff to make it more than just like the same 5 poses. Well, it's way more than 5 poses now, but I want to put in more poses. Eventually, if I ever figure out how to work Blender, I would make 3D animated backgrounds and animations for the channel. But as of now, that's just what I'm going to work with. So let's just go over what's happened. Over a year ago, like I said, it sounds like I'm restarting the video. I'm extremely sorry. I don't have anything planned for this video. It's just, this is my year anniversary video. I don't have like the best of Gobs compilation ready or anything, because it's just a lot of RPG horror stories, I suppose. But regardless, a year ago I had 35 subscribers, and now I have a fat whopping 174, or at the time of recording. So, I mean, I think that's a bunch of growth. It's not the best growth I've ever seen from a new channel starting, but again, I think I have a niche market, and I just don't really know how to, like I said, exploit the system well enough. I try to make engaging titles and thumbnails, but in the same vein, I don't really like doing heavy-handed into that, because then it just feels really ungenuine, which that's what I want. That's why I don't like heavily editing my videos. It's not that I don't want to sit there and spend the time to do the edits. I mean, part of that plays into it. I've seen some videos that like every 5 seconds has an edit or something, and it's like, that just sounds insane. But again, those people usually have editors, and the editors are getting paid, I'm assuming, big bucks. So yeah, if you're getting big bucks, yeah, you're definitely going to max out the editing in a video as much as you can, depending on whatever the person paying you decides. But for me, I just want a more down-to-earth, grounded experience. I do like making the occasional fun edits, but I don't want to like grab a slew of memes and videos to put in every time I say something or do something on the screen. I just want it to be pure, unadulterated, but you know, just honest content, okay? No AI generation, No massive editing, no like having to jingle keys in front of your face every few seconds. I'm a big show and tell. I do heavily edit my game reviews and like my Final Fantasy stuff, but that's just because I'm showing and telling. Every time I talk about something on there, I want to grab a new piece of footage to put up there, which is why it takes the videos forever. I can only imagine a heavily edited video that other YouTubers have to do for an hour plus sometimes. Like, I'm not going to name drop any. Well, I can name drop them. I'm a small enough channel. Like, I'd imagine something like The Right Opinion, but they have like 1 to 3 hour long videos, but they, of course, The Right Opinion has like 3 to 4 editors that do different sections for each of the videos. And I think most long form editors at this point, big ones, have their own form of like editing team as opposed to one edit or doing it themselves. And then on the opposite side, Let's Play channels, they also sometimes bring in an editor or editors, but they don't really need to. They just have their personality, but they still do a lot of edits. I just don't want to do that. I just want, if I'm playing a game, I just want the pure game by itself, music and all, and just my voice. And then if I'm reading a story, I just want it to be my voice and the story alone. No, like, trying to make a joke or throwing a meme in front of the screen every single few seconds. Like, again, it's like jingling keys. I don't want to jingle keys in front of people's faces. And that's kind of what I'm going for. But that's not what YouTube is built around, because YouTube is built around quantity. People want to see more. They don't want to see, I guess, I don't know. It's like a weird middle ground. See what I mean? This video is more personal. I'm not here to like point out problems with YouTube. I do think the AI generated stuff is out of hand, and I dislike content farms, and it's kind of why I don't want to do like short form content. I'm eventually going to, but if I do short form content, I don't think I'll put it on this channel. I might. I just have to see how I'm feeling. I'm rather keep them to TikTok and Instagram and whatever other places I can put it to build my reach and try to get more people hooked. But again, I think I have such a niche, I guess, of wanting to do both tabletop and video games, because everyone who plays video games doesn't play tabletops, and everyone who plays tabletops probably doesn't play video games. So it's just really a mixed bag. But I love RPGs. That's what I want to do. I love role-playing games. I love tabletop role-playing games. If you couldn't tell, that's why I like reading the RPG horror stories. But I also like video game role-playing games, okay? I like Final Fantasy. I've been playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma lately. I like the Tales of series. I like the Legend of Heroes series. And I keep naming RPG series, but you guys get the idea. I love role-playing games, and that's what I want to do. I want to do role-playing games, and I want to do tabletop, which is kind of why I've devolved to RPG horror stories, because that's in the line of tabletop. I get to find new systems to put out reviews on, which I haven't done yet, but I've been trying to make notes in videos to like review certain systems. I think I've only done that once so far. But that's essentially what I want to do. And then on the flip side, it's like, okay, RPGs, horror stories, or a gob rants, or whatever tabletop early in the week, and then later in the week do video game stuff like a let's play or a game review, depending on what it is. But again, it's like the RPG stories do really well and the gob rants do well, but anything that isn't a game review on the video game side doesn't really do that well. Like the God plays, like I had one, I think the most I ever had on SMT3 was the first episode and then the Matador episode, and then everything else has kind of been really stagnant. That's why I kind of like killed off the series, because the last one only got 2 views, and I think that's probably because of the title and YouTube like shadow banned it or shadow whatever listed it. I think you can't have like devil in your title or something stupid. I don't know. I just know that last SMT3 video didn't do really well, which is why I wanted to switch up and go back to Baldur's Gate 3 Honor mode. But then Honor mode is so hard, and you kind of do really have to have an optimal thing. And what I was doing, either I'm too stupid and can't play well enough, which, yeah, that's part of it. I'm just a filthy casual. That's what I am when it comes to video games. So when I do hard mode stuff, or SMT3 hard mode's a bit different because you don't have to have an absolutely optimized, or a lot of it's luck based too, just depending on what moves the enemy uses and what moves and stats your demons level up and learn. But I think I've been going on a bit too long. This is my year anniversary video. I just wanted to go over the channel, my feelings as of now. I know this is a bit more personal, so it's probably not going to do as hot. I think people just want the RPG horror stories, but that's fine. You know, I like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and that's kind of why I just keep doing the SMT3 hard mode series, and eventually, like I said, it will all become fast play. Maybe, I don't know. I might have been lying about that. I'll just have to see how I am feeling. But that's it. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know. What do you want to see on the channel? What is your favorite part? If you say RPG horror stories, I'm not going to do anything. It's your opinion. I don't care. Tell me your opinion. That's what I want. You know how it is with Gob Rants. I want to see all sides of whatever I'm talking about. So, Gobs, let me know what you think. Okay? What do you think about my channel? What do you think about the future? How I guess I could play into the market YouTube atmosphere more, I suppose. I guess the first is like fixing up the art. I like the art style. Okay, in my opinion, I like the hand-drawn, even though it looks super wonky and super unpolished and super unprofessional. That's what I like. Again, I don't want it to be professional. I want it to be down to earth, like I'm still a person talking to another person. That's what I want. I don't want to like, okay, I'm starting to make a lot of money. Time to start monetizing everything. Start to get people to draw backgrounds and do the characters for me and then hire editors. I don't ever want to do that. I want to do everything by my hand. That's it. It's been 1 year since I've revived the channel and started doing YouTube. Once again, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like. Why would you leave a like? To see more of this content? Whatever. But do subscribe and do check out my social media, and we're just gonna go to the outro. I hope you gobs have a lop of a day. May your anniversaries be merry, or something witty, or not even witty, something. And may your professions flourish.